Hello everyone, this is Swamy. Welcome to Code by Swamy. In the previous video, we discussed and implemented the application using annotations. Those are @depends on, @autovoid, and @qualifier. In this video, we can understand how to load the values from properties file into Spring environment. Okay, so in order to load the data from properties file, we have to use one annotation @property source. It is mainly used to read the file and display the values using @value annotation and environment. Okay, let's move to Eclipse IDE and implement the code to work with the properties file. File, new, Maven project, create simple Maven project, next, enter group ID, com.code by Swamy, artifact ID 16, reading data from properties file, version 1.0, finish. Open the application, open pom.xml file. Here I am adding dependencies tag. We need to add Spring context dependency inside the dependencies tag. Then go to browser, Maven repository, ins mv and repository.com, search with Spring context, search, click on Spring context. Here I am selecting latest version, copy the dependency and paste inside the dependencies tag, and above the dependency we need to add Maven compiler plugin Java 8, Apache Maven compiler plugin. Choose the complete properties file, paste above the dependencies tag. Let's align the code. Let's close the file. Then update the project. Alt F5 is a shortcut to update the project. Yes, project is updated and required Maven dependencies also added here. I am creating one class under src main Java, new class. Here I am creating product com.code by Swamy .beans. Here private integer prod id, private string prod name, private double prod cost. Like this, I declared three properties. For that, I want to generate default constructor, required setters and getters, and toString method also. This time I am ready with my bean class. For this I am writing one configuration file, config. I am doing Java configuration, config, finish. On top of class I am writing configuration. Configuration is annotation. Here creating the method product, create the object for product, prod is equal to new product, return prod. For this I want to set the data for the product dot set id 741, product dot set name, this time laptop, product name is a laptop, product dot set cost is 56,000. Like this I have declared. On top of method definitely you have to write bean. I have done with configuration class also. This time I am writing test class to test the application. Test, finish. Here I am writing main method. Here I am using Java configuration. For that I am taking new annotation config, application context, app config.class, returns application context dot get bean of product dot class returns product class object only. This time I want to print product. System dot out dot println product. Let's run the application. See, here I am getting product details. Go to app config. Here I am hard coding the data. Directly here hard coding the data. For that I am writing one properties file under src main resources folder. Other search with file. Click on file. Next I am writing app.properties. App.properties. I am writing one file name. Click finish button. In the properties file I am defining product ID is equal to 100. Product name is equal to AC. Product cost P cost is equal to just 95,000. Okay. Go to app config. I want to read those values. How to read the values? For that, introducing one annotation @property source @property source. Give the property name app.properties. This time I am using value annotation to read the properties data from properties file. For that, private integer prod id, private string prod name, private double prod cost, @value. Go to properties file. What we declared for the product ID, PID. Copy this. Come here. Just to do paste. I'm copying this. Product name. Next, product cost. Product name, P cost, right? P name, P cost. Dynamically, here I am loading the data. For that, here I am not taking anything. Just we need to declare product ID in place of this value. Product name in place of this value. Product cost in place of this value. This time I am loading the properties from properties file using @value as well as property source. Go to test class. Just remove this. Let's run the application this time. Yes, we are accessing data. We are accessing data from properties file. We are using @value annotation. This is one way of loading the data from properties file into Spring application or Spring environment. Like that. This time we used @value annotation to read the data from the properties file. This is one way. We can see another way also using environment. For that I am creating one more application. Close this. Just I am copying the same application. I am changing 16 to 17. Reading properties file. Close this. Open the config file. Okay, this time I am deleting these lines. Here I am using private environment env @autowired. This time product dot set product ID env dot get property name. This is open properties file. This is PID. Copy that. Go to app config. Paste here. But this is what type? This is the integer type. Integer dot class. Similarly, product dot set product name env dot get a property. Here this is P name, I think. Yeah, P name. p name, this is string dot class. Next, product dot set product cost, env dot get property, this is p cost double dot class. Observe here why we are taking integer dot class, string dot class, double dot class. Okay, just open its documentation. Here this get property taking two parameters. One is string, second one is the class type. If our argument is string, then this class type is not recommended. This class type is optional. If the value is not string type, then definitely we have to mention the class type. That is the meaning. For that, here this is optional. Here I am not taking this. Let's delete. Okay. Just to go to test class, same like previous. Let's run the application this time. See, we are getting the output. Like this, we are loading the data from properties files into Spring environment using @value and environment with the support of @property source. Okay, thank you everyone. If you like my content, please do subscribe.